Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing today? Hello, viewers, and thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. So today is now April the 11th. It's about 6:07 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk very quickly about EOS. So you guys are probably wondering what the heck has been going on with EOS. So let me tune you guys in just a few seconds here. So EOS is on fire, and I've made a ridiculous profit on it today, as you guys have seen already. I haven't tweeted all of my actual wins on EOS, but I'm definitely over $5,000 up on EOS today. It's been a killer ride. And I don't think it's going to actually break below my predicted $7.50 range anytime soon. So the reason why it's going up right now is because there's an airdrop. And if you guys are not familiar with how airdrops work, so think of it like this. If you're holding any specific amount of tokens, you're usually rewarded at a ratio to however many tokens that you're holding. So because there's an airdrop for eosDAC tokens that is taking a snapshot of the EOS blockchain there on April 15th, which is in 4 days. So there's a very long ways to go still. So I actually expect EOS to reach not a specific price point, but it's going to reach a fairly high price. And then like all other airdrops, guys, you guys know what happens, right? You buy the hype and then you sell the news. So make sure you guys are aware of this airdrop that is upcoming, and the snapshot is being taken on April the 15th. What we can most likely expect is a very large sell-off right after the snapshot is taken, and people get their eosDAC tokens. So over $1.2 billion has actually been pumped into the EOS market in a very short time frame. So we're going to go to the coin market cap right now just to give you guys a rough idea of how well this is doing. It's gotten to the point right now, let me just pull it up here so you guys can see it as well. So if you take a look at it right here, what you see is that EOS is now number 5. It has never been number 5 before. It's usually been respectively, say, 6, 7, and 8 amongst Cardano and Neo, or even Stellar sometimes. So if you guys notice here, it's actually surpassed Litecoin now. It is absolutely doing better than any other coin on the market right here. So if you guys notice, it's at 44%, which is a massive increase. If we take a look at the 24-hour volume as well, what we'll easily see is that there's been a very steady rise overall. 166 million, 226 million, 225 million. So the 24-hour volume is definitely not the average that we would expect like other coins right now. So once again, make sure you guys are entirely familiar with the fact that there is an airdrop coming. And with these airdrops, a lot of people will accumulate and they will pump massive amounts of income, and the market cap itself will just substantially go up. But like anything else, we end up buying the hype and then we sell the news. So make sure you guys are 100% aware of this that's coming up. So we're already at $8.87. And this green candle is honestly one of the largest green candles that we have seen prior to the massive downtrend before December 17. We have surpassed all technical analysis, and unfortunately during times like this, guys, technical analysis can be very difficult for us to incorporate into these random fundamental events that are happening in the marketplace, right? So what I recommend to everybody is just to be very cautious, guys, okay? You need to be extremely cautious right now. And if you are still accumulating for this airdrop, what I recommend you guys to do is be cautious, right? Make sure you're understanding that right now is not a normal event that is going on in the marketplace, okay? This is more so a random type of event where these airdrops can occur once in a while. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta get a new bottle of water, okay? I'll be right back. Whoops, sorry about that. I am now back. You know what? I don't even know why I'm wearing my headphones right now because it's actually using the microphone off of my camera instead of the microphone, so it's all good. My hair is a mess, but it's okay. Usually just keep it the way it is. So we've already seen it surge, guys. It's already surged up to, I gotta put my hair in a ponytail. It's already surged up to $8.87. And I was actually extremely excited about shorting it, but you know what? I'm not gonna short it. I'm not gonna enter a very large short position until we get to roughly April 15th. So the reason for this video that I wanted to make is that we need to understand, guys, that this is not a normal thing that's going on in the market, right? And that it is being pushed beyond normal acceptance levels for the technical analysis. So technical analysis can pretty much be thrown out the window right now, in my personal opinion. We have to notice that right now we are well over 94 RSI on the 4-hour chart. We're also well over 91 RSI on the 3-hour chart. We are in extremely oversold conditions right now, but what I'm noticing is that it's having a hard time breaking above the $8 and $8.90 range right here. So I'm expecting it to level out. Geez, honestly, if I were to actually choose a range and we were to incorporate technical analysis into this, I'm going to assume that this is the first wave that has been going up here right now. So I don't think it can get possibly higher than like $10.67, right? So what am I going to do? I'm probably going to end up going long on it during the next correction that's going to happen, okay? I just cannot see it getting much higher than this right now based on how oversold it is as well. We have to remember that liquidity does eventually dry up, guys, okay? There's only a finite amount of coins that are out there. And because there's a finite amount of coins, we have to acknowledge the fact that resources are scarce and the amount of EOS coins out there is also finite as well. And the supply is definitely very high, right? Sorry, the demand is incredibly high, but there's only a finite amount of supply that can be handled in the marketplace as well. And there's a lot of long-term holders that may not want to actually sell. So because of these reasons, right, just a basic supply and demand and economics 101, I cannot really see it getting higher than that range I mentioned earlier. And if you guys, I just want to make sure that I reiterate it again. I just want to make sure I reiterate that I don't see it getting higher than a 1618 Fibonacci level range right here, which could be around, let's just say $10.50, $10.70 if it does get higher than that. We still have well over 4 days, guys, okay? Or 3.5 days, we can say. 3.5 days is quite a lot of time for people to still start accumulating. Now we have to remember that news, it does trickle very slow. So some people, they actually know already what's going on. Some people will have just heard of it right now after perhaps my video or doing research or seeing news that EOS has surged 40% in the marketplace. And there's going to be a lot of late adopters as well that will want to get in on this airdrop. So once again, if you guys are not familiar with airdrops, right, just think of, for example, a Bitcoin Cash, right? When there was an airdrop for Bitcoin Cash, everybody who had 1 Bitcoin, they were given an equal ratio of Bitcoin Cash during the fork, just as an example, right? Or Ethereum as well. If you had 1 Ethereum token during the Ethereum Classic fork as well, for anyone who held 1 Ethereum in their hard wallet, not on exchange. I don't know if exchange like Bitfinex will actually be honoring this or not. I haven't really checked up into that at all, but the majority of the time it needs to take a snapshot in the actual blockchain on your wallet. So make sure you guys are familiar with that. Like Ethereum, I participated in the Ethereum Classic hard fork, right? I had a bunch of Ethereum. It took a snapshot of my wallet, and there was a procedure to go through to claim your Ethereum Classic as well. Just like Bitcoin Gold when it happened as well, right? So I think that there's going to be quite a big push going up still soon, guys. And, you know, it's up to you guys whether you want to end up entering it or not. I do think it's going to be in a lot of people's best interest to go long on this. Now, I'm no financial advisor, keep this in mind. I always say this to everyone as well. But think about it, guys. We have 4 days left to go, okay? Four days we're talking about. With 4 days left to go, we can only assume that it's going to end up pumping a lot more than that. So am I excited to actually go long on it? Very excited to go long on it. I mean, since just earlier today, right, if we look at, earlier today, we're looking at a support zone between $7 and 90 cents there to about $7.47 here. So it's not wise to be shorting it, in my opinion, right now at least, right? But you know, I'm gonna probably end up waiting until it gets to one of these support zones between $8 roughly and about 7.50, and I'll probably consider going long on it because it just makes sense since there's so much more time to go until the snapshot of the blockchain and the airdrop gets released. And then after that, guys, on April 15th, I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that I will be shorting it extremely hard, right? It just makes entire sense to be shorting it because this was a superficial inflation and a superficial pump that's been going on in the market. So unfortunately, we have to throw out technical analysis out the window for now. And we can only go based on fundamental analysis, right? And just a very, very simple type of technical analysis, saying a 1 to 1618 ratio extension possibly. So I cannot see it getting higher than that for the time being. I mean, if we take a look at the pump, right, from when it actually began, let's say it started from here, that would be basically a pretty big increase already. We're talking of over about 85% of an increase. And that seems to be very realistic and on par with what could happen as well. So I just want to give you guys my 2 cents on what's going on with EOS right now and inform you guys in the marketplace what to expect as well. Always remember this simple rule, guys. Number 1, you buy the hype. Okay. Number 2, you sell the news. So remember that, guys. 1, you buy the hype. 2, you sell the news. And that actually goes for airdrops as well. If you guys ever see some massive fundamental change in the marketplace that's been announced, right? Like regardless of what it is, okay? Like for example, Mizigo back there, their SDK wallet was actually available for the public to take a look at, right? Everybody bought that news, right? Or sorry, they bought that hype, and then a few days later, the news was sold. So always adopt these basic rules if you're a day trader or an actual swing trader as well. If you guys end up holding for the long term, it's not really one of the best strategies whenever you see news being released in the marketplace where the majority of the public will participate. They will buy this hype, okay? They will buy this hype and everybody is usually on the same page. And a lot of the newer players in the market, what ends up happening is they end up getting trapped. So I just don't want you guys to actually get trapped, okay? Make sure that you understand that after this EOS airdrop happens, there will be a massive sell-off, okay? Because this is something that is very superficial, something very artificial that is happening to EOS right now. We have to make sure we understand that the majority of the price in the market is reflected based on what Bitcoin is actually at. So if Bitcoin is at a particular price, usually all the other coins are going to be proportional to it, to a specific factor as well. And EOS, guys, the base price that we've normally been seeing it at when Bitcoin was under $7,000 is actually around $6.30, maybe $6.50 at the most. So I just don't want to see you guys get trapped. So please understand what I'm trying to convey in this video. I just want to make it very short, sweet, and to the point. Other than that, I will see you guys sometimes later. And I just want to thank you all the time for your love and your support that you guys have given me. Have yourselves a great day now. Bye.